I'm going to show you two simple things that if you're not doing them already, will make your next ham the best one you ever cooked. And we're going to get straight into the first one right now. First thing I want you to do if you've never done it before is grab a sharp knife and I want you to cut all that thick hide off of your ham. It just gets thrown away anyway. It's too thick and too tough to chew. It doesn't break down. But most importantly, almost none of your seasonings and foods and glazes is going to get past it. Not very much smoke is going to get past it either. It's just there getting in the way of everything you're trying to do to make your ham taste better. So let's just cut it off. So when you start cutting this skin off, I want you to try to leave a layer of fat on the ham. Also try not to cut into the meat too much. After that's done, what I like to do is just, again, grab my sharp knife, and what I'm going to do is just start making some shallow cuts into the surface of that ham. And what these cuts will do is help everything you put on that ham penetrate further into the ham. And that's what's going to make the huge difference. That's one of the things that's going to make a huge difference in the way your ham is going to taste this time around. All right, so now it's time to season the ham, and this time around I'm using this Kinder's brown sugar rub. Man, it's so good. It tastes like somebody took some brown sugar and put it on a grill. That's the best way I can describe it. But it's great on just about anything that you want a sweet flavor to. Pork, ribs, all of that kind of stuff. But we're going to use it on this ham today. Now, if you don't have that available, or you don't feel like going to get it, or you already have seasonings that you like to use on your ham, go ahead and use those, because I promise you it's going to taste completely different this time without that hide in the way. After I'm done seasoning my ham, what I like to do is put it in the fridge and let it sit in the fridge and let those seasonings really penetrate while I get the grill up to temperature. So let's get out here to the grill and set it up. So it's time to set up the grill, and I want to be somewhere between 240 and 250. And to do that, I'm going to be using the minion method. This is where you start with a pile of unlit coals and then add a handful of lit coals, either to the top or at one end like I did here. Those lit coals will basically ignite the coals next to them, gradually traveling across the pile, so your grill maintains a constant low temperature for a long period of time. Now, if you're going to be adding some more smoke to your ham like me, keep in mind that these hams are already fully cooked and they've already been smoked once. Also keep in mind that smoke flavor tends to intensify overnight while it's in the fridge. So be careful not to add too much more smoke while you're warming it up, especially if you're going to be using a strong flavor like hickory. I used apple in this cook, and I'm only using a couple of pieces for that reason. So once everything was set up on the grill, I put my lid on, closed the bottom vent to about half. I left that top vent open, and I'll be coming back out here in about 30 to 45 minutes just to see if the temperature is where I want it. All right, so while we're waiting, this is a good time for me to tell you about the other thing that I think will take your ham to the next level, and that is basting. Basting your meat several times throughout the cook adds a lot of flavor. I never would have thought it, man. You know, when you look at it, you see the liquid just rolling down the side. You think it's not getting into the food. It is. So based on what I just saw just now, I think the grill is pretty much in range, and we can go ahead and put the ham on. Now, just because I opened the lid, I'm getting a spike right now, and that's what's going to happen. Anytime you open your lid, there's going to be a rush of oxygen, and it's going to make the temperature increase. But if you leave everything the same, close the lid, it should adjust back down to where it was. So we're going to give it a few minutes to do that, and then we're going to put this baby on. My ham has been smoking for about an hour, so it's time for my first baste. We're using apple cider vinegar, so let's get to it. give it another turn. A little more apple cider. And then let's get this lid back on, get this wood calmed down. And I think I'll come back in about another 30. Time for an internal temperature check. I'm looking for somewhere between 140 and 150 for my internal temperature. A little deeper. So we're not there yet. We're just taking our time, keeping the temperatures low so it doesn't dry out. We're just gonna keep plugging along, man. I got one final step I want to do before I take this off. I got a little glaze. It's a brown sugar glaze with butter and brown sugar and apple cider vinegar. Shout out to AB, that's where I got that from. But we're gonna brush this on, give it about 10 minutes or so. And I think I'm gonna cut some slits in it to get it down into the meat a little bit better. But other than that, that's about it. This is a wrap, man. That's it, baby. We're gonna let that roll for about 10 minutes and this thing is done. All right, y'all. It's time to take this thing off. I don't know quite how long it's been on the grill. I'm gonna have to try to figure that out, but I know it's ready because the last time I did a temperature check, it was very close. So let's take a look. That's another one in the books, y'all. I appreciate you for hanging out with me and watching this one. More than that, though, I hope you decide to try it this year. It was slamming. Hey, do me a favor. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button. I would really love to have you down with my team, man. It's fun on the grill, y'all. Later.